In our last video, we made a scarf out of fox fur and a nice fleece scarf, little fringe, and we put little tails on it and stuff. Well, now we're going to make boot toppers to match. And a boot topper would be something like this, really cute, and all you do is you have a bottom put on it, which is some type of elastic or even the bottom sleeve of a sweater, and you just slip it up your leg and pull it over and cap off the boot. And what we're going to use is the fox fur and just cut it in a strip and then make slits so that it has a nice little dangle edge to it. And I'll show you how to put it together so that you can slip it over the boot. One of the best things to use as the top of your boot topper is just the sleeve of an old sweater. If you find a really pretty sweater like this one, like at a thrift shop or a Goodwill, where the sweater probably has snags or stains or something, all you want is the sleeve. You can cut off the sleeve and make a boot topper of just the sweater itself if it's got a real pretty pattern on it. But for our purpose, we just want a topper for our fox fur. So I would suggest cutting off down here because you don't want too much, any part of it to show actually. So this part would go around your calf or your ankle, depending upon the height of your boot. So just cut it off here and then sew it, do a stitch around it so that it doesn't fray. Or with mine, I'm going to use just the waistband of a stretchy skirt that didn't fit anymore, or I didn't want the long broom skirt, so I just cut off the waistband, and I'm going to use that to attach to my fox fur. I measured the piece of fur so at least it would have a little bit of a give there so that we did nice and full around the boot. But the elastic itself should fit tight, or the sleeve of the sweater should fit tight enough that it doesn't slip down your leg. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take the elastic part and we're going to match up where I sewed the seam to where I sewed the seam here. We'll just stuff it down inside like that and match the seams up, and then you'll start to stitch it together right, I'd say about a 1/4 inch from the top to stitch it together. And as you go, pull the elastic part tight and then do a stitch or two, and then pull it tight, stretched out a stitch or two. And by the time you're done, if you stretch it as you stitch it, it'll all fit by the time you're done, okay? And then we'll be turning it inside out. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll let you see what it looks like when I'm done. So I've sewn them together and stretched it and stretched it as I sewed it so that it all fits. Then what you do is you turn it inside out and you have a nice area where you can't see any edges or anything. So then what you would do is you would turn it inside out like this and put it on your leg like this with the material facing up like that. Oh, what are you doing? You would put it on like that, slip it up your leg to where you want, and then put your boot on. Then you would slide it down inside the boot. Get that hair off there. Slide it down inside the boot. Like that, and then you would just fold it over to where you have a nice little boot cover. So just take it and put it inside out like this and put it on your foot, kitty, like this. Then take your boot, put it on, pull it down and tuck it in your boot, and then just fold it over like that. zipper. And you can pull it up for higher boots that are taller. You can pull it to any height that you want.